Vola anguela o veteranu, hoi tabua. Aku do talitaina na barongo na Bula FM, na bandu na seri.
Bula, alang gonoa, ilutoka do talita na Bula FM berarti na bandu na seri.
Ni Bula binaka, nan regen gosa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang gosa mundu achiwe na Bula FM na bandu na seri nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang go Jerry, yang melambasa. Do barongo na Bula FM, na bandu.
Bula FM, number 2 na seri.
In the news tonight, assessors find former police officers not guilty. Police to remain unarmed. A national ID system to be rolled out soon.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Jackie Spade.
The three assessors in the trial of two former police officers charged in the death of 26-year-old local rugby player Chosola Lauvaki have found both of the accused not guilty. However, Kelepi Kolinisau and Selematiko Enamburavere were found guilty of lesser charges. Catherine Krishna was in court today and files this report.
Kelepi Kolinisau has been found guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter by all assessors. Selema Tiko Enamburevere was found not guilty of manslaughter by all assessors, but two assessors found him guilty of the lesser charge of assault causing actual bodily harm. It's alleged the two officers assaulted 26-year-old Lauvaki following his arrest outside a nightclub in Suva on September 2nd last year. Lauvaki later died at Suva CWM Hospital on October 11th from injuries. Judgment will be delivered tomorrow afternoon. The accused persons have been remanded in custody. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The Fiji police force will remain unarmed until such time as a decision is made by the higher powers. In light of recent attacks against police officers, FBC News asked whether arming the force is being considered. Acting Police Commissioner Rusiate Tundravu says for now they will stick to pepper spray and batons if situations get out of hand.
No, we will still remain unarmed until such time when the Commissioner or the government thinks fit to. But at this point in time, we are an unarmed police force.
Minister for Economy Ayasai Kayum has revealed that the government will soon roll out national ID cards for all Fijians. The national ID card is expected to come into effect in the next 2 years and will be the only ID recognized around the country. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Speaking at the regional workshop on use cases for digital ID in the Pacific, Said Kayum says the introduction of a national ID will provide more transparency.
That will be the only source of ID number that they should know. Your driving license, your FNPF or your superannuation fund number, your tax number, everything will be at the back end.
The government is currently working with experts from Singapore, and Said Kayum says the ID will also bring an ease of doing business.
If you have an identification system that has got integrity, then that ID system will be used by banks, will be used by other players or stakeholders within the economy themselves to help people very quickly, for example, get bank accounts open, be able to register businesses, etc.
ANZ Bank Fiji Chief Executive Saud Minam has given his full endorsement to the initiative.
I think it's a step in the right direction towards making it easier for everyone, especially from a bank's point of view. It is important to identify the customer with whom you're dealing with.
The government will also work with relevant stakeholders to ensure the ID system contains proper verification of individuals. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The team of special administrators that will be looking after Nadi Town is excited to work with the Town Council and come up with fresh ideas that will boost the productivity of the jet-set town. Minister for Local Government Pramila Kumar, while introducing the special administrators to the Nadi Town Council today, stated targets that have been set will need to be achieved now. Felipe Naikaso reports.
These special administrators, together with the members of the Nadi Town Council, will now get down to business and work out the targets that have been set.
We have seen over the years that municipalities were just running the show on a daily basis without really having the financial acumen, not able to think through as to how they can generate revenue and how they can contain their expenses so the surplus that they create can be invested it can be invested into various projects.
The special administrators have already hinted on some ideas they will be bringing to the table.
And it's really important that we look at Nandi as not only the gateway, but we look at the beautification and the means of revenue that can impact everybody. When we think about tourism, we think about agriculture, we think about our markets, tours, we think about retail, and of course employment.
The minister has also reiterated to the Nandi team that changes are needed in a number of areas.
We are here simply because of the ratepayers, right? And there is expectation set by the ratepayers.
The same team will also be looking after the Singatoka town, as they were also introduced to the members of the council earlier today. Philippe Naikaso, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama today visited Ratukandavu Level School in Tailevu to see firsthand the destroyed Ndingane dormitory. The Prime Minister walked through what was left of the double-storey dormitory, which burned down last Friday. The dormitory previously housed 160 students. With a briefing from the National Fire Authority, school principal and education officials, Bainimarama saw firsthand the fire damage while discussing reconstruction options. The Prime Minister also handed over school bag kits to assist the students who were affected by the fire. The NFA continues to investigate the cause of the fire. Up ahead, Rambi affected by climate change on a daily basis. An FRA completes road safety audit for Lakena Road. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic.
Coastal erosion due to sea level rise and soil erosion due to deforestation are heavily impacting the island of Rambi. Located just 5 kilometers west of Taveuni, Rambi is one of many Fijian communities living with the impacts of climate change on a daily basis. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports.
Over the years, communities on the island of Rambi have been experiencing and living with the impacts of climate change. Only recently has it become more severe.
Standing behind near the seawall, and it was whole some time ago. But over the last few decades, in last few years in particular, you can see the damage is done to the seawall, which is indicating sea level rise. And now this is encroaching into some of the houses on the shoreline here, so that's quite bad.
Fish stocks are depleting as a result of erosion due to heavy deforestation.
Fishermen have had to go out much further to get the fish, which means that the fish that used to be caught locally is not there now, or the fishermen are not getting enough catches from there, so they've got to go out further and further away to Undu Point, that side.
Governed by the Council of Leaders, Rambi is now working on implementing strategies that will help them sustain the island for their future generations.
The main activity we're doing now is awareness, and we're calling government branches and the departments to come around and just make aware the effects of all this.
With a shoreline of 46.2 kilometers and an altitude of 463 meters, Rambi is home to just a little over 5,000 Banabans who depend on the sea for their survival. Eleanor Tarangaivu, FBC News.
The Fiji Roads Authority has completed its road safety audit for Lakena Road in Nausori, where a tragic accident occurred this month, causing the deaths of 2 students. Chief Executive Jonathan Moore says after inspecting the area, they found the road in reasonable condition. However, the authority is working to prevent such accidents in the future. Kritika Kumar reports.
The FRA claims the Lakena Road is wide enough, but they are still confused as to how the accident happened.
We're still a little bit confused as to why 2 vehicles couldn't pass, because on a 5-metre road with a 0.4 metre verge, 2 vehicles can actually pass with a gap between them. So we're not entirely sure how the incident occurred.
Meanwhile, some residents of the area claimed The FRA removed barriers that had been placed on that road.
I blame the roads department, the roads authority. When they take out that, what you call the mount on the side of the road.
The road condition is not good, and FRA should put some banners so that this doesn't happen again.
Jonathan Moa has refuted the claims, saying they are looking at other alternatives that may prove to be helpful in the situation.
Unfortunately, barriers will not work there. The slope of the slope of the ground out on the edge of the road is too steep and it's too close to the road itself, and we would lose too much space in the road by putting barriers there.
The FRA will carry out some maintenance on the road in Lakena, as there are potholes on the lower end which needs to be rectified. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
The slow phasing out of plastic bags has seen some traders exploiting loopholes to make extra money. With the government on track to ban single-use plastic bags next year, some businesses are now charging customers for cartons. Koroi Tandulala reports.
The Consumer Council says the charging for cartons or boxes by supermarkets means consumers are paying twice for the carton, since its cost was covered in the selling price of the product it once contained.
Already, the cost of those cartons are embedded in the markup price for the food items or whatever products they are selling. Why are they charging for the boxes, right? That means you are the consumers are paying twice for that particular item.
Some traders continue to disregard warnings issued by authorities, and reports of bad business practices continue to emerge.
Now looking at what's happening in the market, and we've actually pinpointed a few traders that have put these charges, and not just that, we're also looking at the instance where traders are saying there's a surcharge to using a particular percentage of surcharge.
To protect the local reusable bag manufacturers, fiscal duty on imported reusable non-woven bags will be increased to 32%. Zero duty is also placed on non-plastic food packaging, such as straw, containers and cutlery. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
With Pinktober month coming to an end, the Fiji Cancer Society has been blown away with the tremendous support shown from different organisations, raising funds for breast cancer research and awareness. Radisson Blu Resort Fiji is the latest, handing over a cheque for $7,000 collected from the staff and resort guests today. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Staff and guests of Radisson Blu Resort took part in an early morning walk today to mark the end of their fundraising campaign for Pinktober.
This is not only a civic responsibility, it's the hotel's responsible business, and the thing is that even not only as management, but the staff members and the colleagues, they all like to participate. It's always, we're always proud of them, not only for the responsible for the cancer awareness, but every single time we do responsible business action.
Throughout the month, the Radisson Blu Resort had donation tins available at the resort for contributions in exchange for pink ribbons that have become the symbol for the advocacy of breast cancer awareness.
We'd like to remind everyone that it's no longer just a female disease. It's now affecting men as well. And we do know that in Fiji, men are also having breast cancer. So that's really important to know, and we now have to include them, the men, in our conversation and our awareness, and just educating them on how important it is to have early detection as well.
On top of that, we have organized breast cancer tests for our staff. Yesterday we did 160 staff members were checked. So we had a medical team that came and went through a lot of the staff members.
Radisson Blu Resort also organized a similar walk last year, which saw them raise $6,500. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
The Korea International Cooperation Agency of Fiji today unveiled its SDG billboard, highlighting the importance of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Fiji Council of Social Services Executive Director Vani Vatanasinga says a lot of work still needs to be done to achieve the 17 SDGs. Vatanasinga says work towards these goals is challenged by the lack of data.
One of the biggest challenges with doing work around SDGs is the data.
And I think our systems, well, in CSOs, it's already apparent that we need to be working together and not in silos. And that's what the SDG report, which was launched a month ago, was about. It was about bringing all of our data together to see which communities we've impacted, what other work is left to be done.
A delegation from the New Zealand Parliament is currently in the country for a 2-day visit. Led by their Speaker Trevor Mallard, the 6-member delegation met today with the Speaker of Parliament Ratuepeli Nailatikau, along with some members of Parliament. The purpose of the visit is to strengthen the interparliamentary relations between the two parliaments and to create a way forward to better this partnership. Tomorrow the delegation will have a Talanoa session with some Fijian MPs to share challenges and opportunities before having lunch with the Fijian Parliament women MPs. And Kelly joins us now with the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Coming up after the break, sales for new cars take a dip. And in growing Fiji, more Fijians find jobs. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची एफएम सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's #1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची एफएम सुनता. गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची एफएम दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The growth in the small and medium car business has seen sales of well-known companies drop. Esco Motors acting chief executive Ronald Kumar said this following the launch of the new Toyota Rush in Suva last night. He hopes that the new model with its unique features could boost sales. Kumar says that 2019 has been really challenging. He says that small and medium enterprises are doing more business than in the past. Meanwhile, Esco's repair and...
Because a lot more vehicles are being serviced, that is a side of the business that is consistent compared to vehicle sales, which obviously is dependent on how the economy is going. There are more repairs to suspension areas.
And Sharon from HFC Bank joins us now with the latest from the exchange market.
Looking at the latest in the Forex market, stocks in Asia were mixed with markets in a holding pattern as they await the US Federal Reserve's policy decision tomorrow. With the bulk of economic data released today for the US, their consumer confidence fell for a third straight month in October. This was amid concerns about the short-term outlook for business conditions and job prospects. Closer to home, the latest numbers released today showed Australian inflation was roughly in line with the Reserve Bank of Australia's own forecast. Their headline consumer price index rose 0.5% in the September quarter, with the annual CPI at 1.7%. Both the measures are well below the central bank's target range of 2 to 3%. That may potentially see the investors price out any likelihood of a rate cut next week. And that's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. Here today's exchange rates as set this morning. The Fiji dollar was on the rise against all but one of the foreign currencies we cover, making its strongest gain against the PNG Kina. The only place where the Sangamoli slipped was versus the Aussie dollar, which was also on the rise today. The commodities market was mixed. Oil prices dropped a few cents at $55 per barrel. Gold fell at $1,487 per ounce, and silver prices rose 1 cent to $17.80 per ounce. In growing Fiji, over 3,000 people registered under the National Employment Centre have successfully found employment. This comes as the Ministry of Employment continues to update its data on the number of people registered under the centre. Lina Rees has more.
The responsible ministry is working to get Fijians registered under NEC to find job opportunities in Fiji or through the recognized seasonal worker program.
We've sent in about 1,163 workers and under the seasonal work program. 912, and now with the Pacific Labour Scheme, we've sent in 83 workers.
PS Tawaru says they are also looking at other areas that can provide Fijians with work.
Pacific Labour Scheme, this has opened up to other new areas like the aged care, for meatworks, and the hospitality industries.
The Employment Ministry says it will also tap into other areas where there is a demand for forestry workers and seafarers. Lena Reese, FBC News.
That's it from Business Tonight. Jamie joins you now with the latest from sports.
Thanks, Kelly, and good evening. Coming up, Fiji FA to reveal a new coach soon. Details after the break.
Natango merea maramani waya manatuya sawa aweti kitu nandi ya undo marata kana baronga na Radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa maga Monica. Tondo baronga vale bona doma ibiti lambasa.
Bula natango aprosa ngarse ngor kraki do televio no baronga na Radio Fiji 1 na doma ibiti. Natango tsani bukia ngoni na mosi ando taleta kana baronga na Radio Fiji 1 na doma ibiti su.
Radio Fiji 1 na doma.
Fiji rugby coach John McKee has named only 4 players from his World Cup team for the Barbarians match next month in London. The wider 27-member Fiji Airways Flying Fijian squad is dominated by 13 Fijian Ruo players who played vital roles for the team in the Australian National Rugby Championship this season. Ironi Maui, Mosese Woka, Ratu Veramalua Bungo Koto and Frank Lomani are the only 4 players available from the recent Rugby World Cup squad. Locks Temo Mayanavanua Sikeli Nambo, William Merara Sea and flanker Simoni Uluninaka Wanra, who have been part of the current Mitre 10 Cup, have also been drafted into the squad. Utility backer Saili Tikoi Rutuma has been included to add some experience in the very young backline. The Flying Fijians face the Barbarians on 16th November at Twickenham Stadium in London. Saturday's final between England and South Africa is promising to be a physical repeat of the 2007 World Cup decider. Springboks coach Rassie Erasmus says his team will have to be ready for the level of intensity England brought to the All Blacks in their semi-final win. England is digging deep to pull off another spectacular performance in their Rugby World Cup decider against South Africa on Saturday. Coach Eddie Jones well and truly into finals form amid comparisons to his team and New Zealand's 2011 World Cup winning side. With England in the World Cup final, a unique father-son sporting occasion is set to play out this weekend. Former All Blacks coach John Mitchell is part of the England coaching staff, vying to win a second World Cup, while his son Darryl is poised to play against England in his chosen sport, cricket. Wales will not lack motivation in their bronze medal playoff match against the All Blacks on Friday. It's been 66 years since the Welsh last beat the All Blacks. Argentina defeated Ireland 25-15 in the final of the world's first Rugby X tournament in London overnight. The Fijian futsal team recorded its first win at the Oceania Championships, the side beating Tonga 10-2 yesterday.
Boys played really well today. We played according to our game plan, and yeah, it was a good game today. That's the most important part of the game, when teams they fall off, at the end of the match. So the boys kept the intensity high till the end of the match, and like our tactics, we used we were substituting 4 at a time, so it worked quite well for us today.
The Fiji Football Association is yet to confirm Christophe Gamel's replacement. The former national coach left the position in August this year, and the Fiji FA says the search is almost complete for the ideal candidate. Save Wanga with the details.
The Fiji FA confirms they have been seeking international advice from the Oceania Football Confederation in the hunt for a new coach.
We are in the process of identifying a new national coach. We are through the help of Oceania Football Confederation and the other stakeholders, and maybe by the end of this year we would be able to confirm a coach for Fiji team.
Paul says many local and overseas candidates have applied for the position.
Yeah, it's progressing well. As I've said, we are working on that. There are few, and it's like when the time will come, and then we'll announce the right candidate. It's open to everyone, local, overseas. It depends on who applies.
Meanwhile, Fiji FA Vice President Jiten Reddy says futsal is also progressing on the right track.
Since then, we have established a national league in most of the districts, and you can see that the players that are selected to represent Fiji for the World Cup qualifiers are in fact chosen from many districts.
Reddy says as both futsal and football share many similarities, it's important that both sports grow and develop in the country. Save Wanga, FBC Sports.
Lionel Messi scored twice as Barcelona thrashed via the lead 5-1 in round 11 of the Spanish La Liga competition this morning. Barcelona led 3-1 at halftime. That's it from sports tonight. In Weird and Wonderful later on, a barber with an unconventional method of cutting hair. That's coming up.
रहता है। हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम रहता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता है। बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोज तक सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोमगो लेबू लटोका। रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नाकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Angie joins us now with the latest in weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. We had a beautiful day on tap this afternoon after a rainy start for a few areas of our beautiful country. Now most of us, including me, are already looking forward to the weekend. Hang on in there, we are only 2 days away from it. Now looking at the west, there will be plenty of sunshine and a bit of breeze. Eastwards from Pinktober to Suva, a bit wet, but weather picked up after that. And up north, wonderful sunshine in the afternoon phase. One can expect a cold night. At sea, southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, gusting to 30 knots through the passages, rough seas. For the tides, high tide tonight will be at 8:06, with low tide at 2:31 a.m. Sunrise will be at 5:28. Outlook for tomorrow, the advice was to have an umbrella by your side over the next couple of days, but fortunately, your umbrellas can rest as conditions look fine. Tomorrow's temps, the west will be warmer as usual with highs of 33 degrees. The west weather is always marveling us. And looking further on to Friday, let's jump for joy as the weather on the map for now looks amazingly sunny. Let's just be happy for now until it changes. And that's all the weather from the Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fiji and Pulse, we asked, should road contractors be penalised for the poor road conditions?
The workers, they are there just for money only. But to do their work, to do the best of their ability to do their work is not there. So I believe that they should have changed the contractors.
Road workers, they're doing a very good job. They're doing hard work. However, I feel at times that I wish there was a permanent solution to the road conditions.
I think contractors should definitely be fined with a heavy penalty for this.
I think before giving out the tender to a contractor, we should learn the history of work first.
Yes, it should be terminated. They are not doing a good job.
The contract should be terminated because they're not doing their job.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, assessors find former police officers not guilty. Police to remain unarmed. A national ID system to be rolled out soon. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question, we're asking, should heavier jail terms be given for parental negligence? Visit the FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day, all the way from Lautoka, taken by Rusiate Mbukayaro. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News, our Twitter page at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number 1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची FM सुनता. गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.